nothing to fear. Vintage style with the power to burn. D2 Linux, I'm taking my turn. Old school charm with modern speed. No more chains, I've got what I need. No hidden walls, no locks to break. Just freedom's road, it's mine to take. Also love the latest vibe. High performance, I'm feeling alive. From CRT screens to RGB lights. T2 Linux, you're my ride tonight. We're free, we're secure, running fast, so sure. I've got the future now, I need nothing more. From retro cool to cutting edge, building dreams, no turning back. No lockdown rules, just open skies. T2's the system where freedom flies. T2 Linux, you know it's true. The future is open, and I'm running with you.
Welcome everyone to another quick live stream summary here. In the previous videos you have seen me to fix various long-standing bugs that prevent SPARC systems from being fully stable, and we spent 40 if not 80 hours bisecting through all the stuff, and I wanted to also commit this today, right? So we have done this. So as seen previously, SPARC was simply not stable, as previously seen also on the Debian mailing list and so on, but nobody has done this for years, right? There were bugs in glibc, there were bugs in Linux kernel introduced by ARM, so Linaro, ARM, IBM, with other architectures broke things again and again, more and more, right? And it took me 20 hours there, 40 hours there at the end. Basically the summary, and now we commit this to T2, basically easily 40 hours if you take a American European salary of $100 for IT specialists, computer scientists, right? Like basically donating here somewhere $4,000, $8,000 worth of time. And I wanted to spread a little bit of awareness, right? Sure, we now have some Patreons and some YouTube subscribers, which is also why we started this years ago. But basically that is what I've done for 25 years, just like other 10,000 people at Debian, Gentoo, Arch Linux have done. And spread a little bit of awareness of this open source people keeping all the IT industry, think Log4j and all the other security things, right? OpenSSL, Heartbleed and other such things. At the end of the day, we don't even get a nice hug from people in conferences. It's like not even to, it's like, yeah, other people, millionaire, working at Apple and one infinite loop, YOLOing iPhone stuff together. And yeah, yes, it's not x86 and RISC-V, but hey, we do the same for RISC-V, right? So 64 thread ripping RISC-V cores here and similar such kernel work. So let's finally commit this, basically donating here nearly easily. I mean, with the glibc fix and the ARM and the kernel things, basically nearly $10,000 worth of a month, basically. And yes, I'm not even freaking joking, right? Google the salary, as a Apple, Google, $100,000 a year salary, which I don't even have because I do open source, is what otherwise you get at Apple, Google, IBM and stuff. And maybe we need to rethink the financing of open source things, right? So, and welcome everyone. I appreciate that you're all here supporting all this craziness. And the reason I didn't commit this earlier, I mean, not only we wanted to test this, right? So here goes nothing, svn add, hotfix, SPARC, signal restart. The author, by the way, a little bit pissed. Very rarely, yes, I have sharp comments here. Because in my opinion, because at the end I sit here and spend a week of 40 hours that others people's job. I spent here fixing others people, like they get $100,000, $200,000 salary, and I sit here for free fixing their bugs. And when I make a YouTube video, like, hey, they broke this stuff for 4 years, and like, how dare you make a YouTube video shouting out my bugs? Like, I don't deserve this. Yeah, but I deserve to sit here unpaid and find your bugs, right? I'm sorry that I mentioned you. It's like mistakes were made. It's like, yes, we're all humans, we make mistakes, but it would also be cool if some other people would fix some stuff. But so here goes nothing, $10,000. Maybe I should go into security research and actually, excuse me, we should basically, I mean, so they proposed in the meantime, kudos to those, to this Linaro engineer who broke this. After my YouTube video, he came with some different version of this patch, which in my opinion is not necessary. He did, there's some more fancy things. I'm not sure if that's upstream yet. Also, in my opinion, so for spending 40 hours, all I got is, so I do all the work, and then this engineer, which sees my YouTube video, I mean, thanks for that. Hope you share, like, subscribe, maybe some go buy me coffee or Patreon, right? That all you get, like, yes, I didn't send it upstream because we were still testing it, right? But like, all I get for this is not $1, except your share, like, subscribe, and all I get is like tested, not tested, reported. Like, all I get for this is not a check from the Free Software Foundation, from the Linux Foundation. All I get is reported by, and as much as I appreciate this, it's also a little bit shitty. I mean, yes, I mean, I do the work here, and then they even come steal it from my YouTube video, which of course I wanted to send upstream. Because normally I didn't even get like fixed by, signed off by, like, first you sent me ugly, the worst emails I get, except being spotted by the police recently. How dare you find my bug, taking my patch before I'm done testing, changing a little bit, and then all I get is reported by. But like, I also freaking fixed it, right? It's like, I patched it a little bit differently, which is not necessary. I will appreciate. I mean, yeah, so that are the dark corners of open source, right? What should I say? So theoretically, I should actually, do I have this? I should, like, I should, like, usually, okay, anyway, fix signal, so you don't see this, fix signal, restart for SPARC as Linux kernel rewinds PC by 4 bytes to previous instruction to restore the syscall. Is it syscall number? Yeah, something of that sort. I basically need an editor macro for signed off by. I always variants of yes, signed off. Give me a signed off. Where is the correct spelling? Signed off by, yeah. Basically need an editor macro. Yeah, signed off by. It's a little bit strange. I mean, sure, I wouldn't need to make videos pointing this out, but I mean, if fact is they didn't test it, right? Like, they touched it without much of a need, without a reproducer, and like, they wasted 40 hours of my time. I mean, what do they expect? Like, if Microsoft breaks shit, we also make a video, hey, Microsoft broke some shit. I mean, I don't know. If everything would be amazing, I wouldn't, like, leave me in the comments below. What's your take on this? It's fix SPARC glibc signal restart fix like this calls for signal restart. That's like something of that sort, right? Signal restart, so it's like whatever. So that was only one thing. We have more. So that was a glibc, like all of, like, basically that is why when Linaro, IBM, and ARM come together and in a room, and they leave, and all the porcelain, all the fine china is in pieces, right? Like, it's like Linaro, IBM, and ARM developer come to a bar. Then there is no bar anymore. The bar is in shambles after that party night. And that is, it should not be like this, right? It should not be like I spent 25 years of my life, like, day after day, that's broken, that's also broken, like, this doesn't work anymore. It's like, how dare you say that we broke the shit? It's like, yeah, sorry, but you broke the shit. And it's broken since 4 years. It's unusable. Like, SPARC became unusable since Linaro, IBM, and ARM start touching shit that they shouldn't touch. It's like, what should I say? It is what it is. It's not working. If you want more positive PR, then don't break shit, I would say. And maybe give me a little bit more credit than reported by. No, not reported by. Bisected, fixed, and reported, and tested, and for free. I also love you too. From Germany with love, freaking. So let's SVN up that here, and there's fully, because we're always in the middle of RISC-V stuff, because who would have thought even Linus Torvalds break some stuff. Let's move all of this stuff, oops, back down there. Radeon, yeah, override, that's probably fine. Pro tip, if I'm sure I only want to delete a directory, I do rmdir. If you're wondering why is there rmdir not rm-rf, because like that would warn me if there are still files left in there, right? So this we don't need. This is debug some creative code, didn't even work yet much. What was this? Well, this was Radeon. Okay, that's some hot hex here. It's all right. We still need to investigate whether we want to have there something. So the precious fixes. So the first thing here is that do I have here proper commit messages for this stuff? No, I don't. It's not ideal, and also sorry, I'm still recovering from some stuff. We have some comments. I'll quickly check the comments and welcome everyone. I appreciate all that you all tune in. You keep the open source fixing alive, because without us, probably nobody else in the next 4 years would have fixed this. And welcome everyone. Back from jail, yeah, kinda. What happened with the raid? Thankfully nothing to me. Not streaming from Twitch. Yes, Twitch every day. Just saw the video. Why I retired? Got tired of bullshit. This is why I retired. What? Yeah, that is why I. This is why I became a YouTuber, because nobody wanted to pay for open source work that other people constantly break. So now I'm a YouTuber, an influencer. And good evening, good night, and stuff. So okay, let's grab the proper commit message. Git upstream Linux git log, where even was it, namespace. Okay, these are 2. Okay, doesn't matter. Git can do 2. There are fs namespace. Okay, we can. Okay, then let's fs namespace. And so this is somewhere page stuff of. Yeah, so also, basically, I need your patronage and views, because this is not even over. This is not a real fix, so basically we need more patronage and stuff, or GitHub sponsors, or buy me coffee, just super thanks here. Because I still need to guru meditate why this breaks. So because otherwise this is kind of sort of a relatively okayish thing. This needs, this small little patch needs even more guru meditation. So there was page false. Where was this even? Calls. Which year was it even? 20. Allocated error. I mean, we could blame that. Compression catch. Page fault, usually privileged operation limits. Here, handle intro. So yeah, this was this one. ARM. How this, so in general, this is kind of sort of right thing. I was like, yeah, it wasn't like this for decades. It was like whatever, but excuse me. So let's grab the hash here. So that is that one here. So I usually did I copy this right? Okay, this works. I think any lengths. I think they do like 11, right? 1, 2, 5, 6. I mean, I could actually don't need to count. I think 11, right? It's probably fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11. In 2020, of course, for 4 years broken, causes some page table corruption invalidation SPARC revert for now until it is further under or analyzed. I don't need to sign it off. So that is a straight revert because now it is only applied for actually. Yeah, SPARC is mostly 32-bit SPARC is mostly not really the most supported anymore. So YOLO, hotfix, Linux. I mean, I could, let's commit those two together because they are both page table corrupting. The other is even more severe, and there we have a real fix. This is this execmem thing. I've shown this in previous videos. If you're interested in these details, previous video. So that is in git log, basically execmem, right? It's probably introduce arch convert simple to, I think it's this one. Arch convert remaining overrides to exec. It's probably should be this one. This probably has no. Then it was a previous code that we double checked that. Then it's probably convert simple. Then it's this here. And that I do this here because, like, if I wouldn't live stream it live on YouTube, I would earn even less. Basically nothing. Like, this is all that I've done the work. I've put in 40 hours here, 40 hours there, bisecting, rebooting, analyzing, thinking, guru, meditating. And I've still not committed it, right? Like, basically it's laying here, lingering on my build server and tested. Like, now we have a handful of users who've tested that. And also just today on Sun Niagara Falls T4, hyper dynamically cool threaded 64 thread monster. Nothing like, we didn't have a single issue, right? Like now, like previously stuff was usually not even booting, like out of 10 or 20 reboots, like 1 or 2 would succeed. Like, so broken was it, right? It's not like it page table corrupted sometimes. It's like it was, SPARC became unbootable, not even with this glibc. You couldn't even control set stop signals, anything, or shut down your system. Amazingly tested. Shipping operating systems like that. So that probably should be SPARC, right? It's this one here, so that's this here. So since that, and so yeah, pro tip that you want 11 hex digits, so 11 write, delete, right? So it's be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wait, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I think they want 11. If not, whatever. We can find it again. Did I even do the other thing correctly? Because they usually want like something like that one here. Basically, I need to get now, since I fix stuff like nearly daily. How do they? I need to check up their. I think they wanted maybe something like that, or who knows what. SPARC 64 kernels corrupt page tables, corrupt page tables or memory on each module load. Actually, we could, since this SPARC 60 SPARC. Actually, do we do this? Did 32-bit SPARC also do that? Good that we double check that. SPARC. They had for SPARC, they had 0. Yeah. So SPARC and any SPARC. This code anyway. This code was used for 32-bit and 64. So any SPARC was accidentally minus typos changed to map module memory with VM slash reset perms causing page table memory corruption whatnot on each module load, making it nearly impossible to even success. Was it spelled successfully? Yeah, I had it spelled correctly. Successfully. I even spelled it correctly before. It looked strangely. And I think that. Yes. An IDE with spell checking. I hear you. NeoVim, Helix, whatnot. Yes. Comment best terminal spell checking editor thing impossible to even successfully boot Sun for you. Systems. Somehow, probably due to TLB invalidation and whatnot stuff, it showed less. This we can sign off. Where's my sign off? When I need it. I need an editor macro for sign off. You all. How do other people, like, do you all have editor macros for signed off, or do you mistype it each time? It's like, yeah, and that is this engineering, right? Like, this is basically other people become millionaire with software, and in the open source world, you get swatted by the police because, like, I mean, I'm not saying it was any one of them. Like, who knows who freaking, like, first nobody thanks you, they call you unsuccessful loser sitting in the basement, thanks Debian developers, and some random Twitch dudes without brain cells, some whatnot, idiots that don't have a life call the police on you. Like, thank you, you're welcome. $10,000 down my bank account drain for necessities for Superior, the last Linux distribution you would need to boot this. And the thing is, then people like P3, you get all the stuff working, and then the only thing other people do, make a YouTube video like, I got Gentoo booted on my P3. Not even mentioning that this crazy German YouTuber guy keeps all the shit working. But yes, creating the 2051st Linux distribution that does nothing much more. Anyway. So yeah, don't delay support T2 Linux today because it's one of the last Linux distributions that gets all this stuff working. And how do you call this? SPARC? I mean, we can still. The thing is, that's the rushed summary. Like basically, theoretically, even more. Like basically, hotfix SPARC. Actually, the one hotfix, actually we could, you know what, let's rename this because we need it for SPARC, like this we need for SPARC anyway, and I probably wrote it universal enough that it should actually not, so if we want to send it upstream, like, and then on top comes all the time of doing the communication. So this is just the preparation of like, this is all the maintenance. When I say, if I send shit upstream, it doubles the time. I mean, in this case, it doesn't double the time because, so usually I just write code and it's efficient. Like this was one of the most inefficient bisecting shit because it was like randomly failing. Like the first change was only causing a little bit of instability. You had to reboot 10 times for one crash. The last thing changed it to, you could only boot 1 out of 10 times. That certainly was better for bisecting. But like, usually if I write normal things that are fast to write, it doubles my submission time with all those administrative overhead. But in this time not, because like this was so much waste of time that it's like just the tiniest fraction of getting it upstream. So here I changed this to 0 and if not def SPARC, then, I mean, unless you wanted the other way around. I mean, I could already see discussions. I mean, maybe I should actually, you know what, should we just make it more Linus Torvalds friendly? Okay, let's make it more. So maybe this also triggers you, like I just edit patches, right? You're not, because I changed this, like I just changed my mind, like initially I just like change it to 0 and set if needed. But maybe this is even slightly more elegant of like it's not the most mainstream. So like usually map with flash and like if def sparks in reverse. We could also like mask that away of invert that mask or stuff, but currently this is just one. So like, yeah, nothing like last minute. Now it's not tested anymore. Like, but yeah, because it's a thing, right? You send it upstream, then the discussion start like, why do you initialize like this and not like this? I want it differently, and so on and so forth. So svn commit. No, it's. I mean, theoretically we should. Is there a new kernel? No. Oh, we should actually at least compile test it now. A pity that for weeks I kept booting SPARC systems and now, but like this should be so trivial because now it's not tested anymore. And now you see that is why malformed patch. This is why normal people don't edit their patches. 1, 2, 3, so that should be 9. What did or was it not that patch? Hotfix exec mem patch. What did I break? No. Or did I not? Maybe I actually edited this wrong. So first, so normal people would extract it, apply it, edit it, rediff it. It's like, but I just do stuff the failing way. Malform patch at line. What have I freaking done here? Why did I touch it? 6, 2, 9, so 1. This was 1. Wait. Here, because this is why. This is why. You see, there was that. Okay. Yeah, usually embed this is it's just the end of the weekend, the end of live streaming. So hopefully truly subversion all. Yeah, it's like subversion is older and simpler and all this like that. Über die guten Sachen redet doch nie einer. Einmal was Schlechtes haben. Like, yeah. Don't anything to prove. I made you don't have anything to prove. Really like your streams. Happy to hear that. I mean, it's just like the thing. Like so many like studies, so many open source developers want to quit or do quit and stuff, and that is just the reality, right? And I'm, as people see here, I stuck around for 25 years. When at Rock Linux, everyone moved on with life. I kept it running for another 20 years now. All this, like you see, not even the Debian people fixed this in 4 years, and like this is the level of attention that. So many accumulating fixes that it's basically so unstable to use and so much time it takes, and at the end people freak out. How dare you told someone that I broke this stuff? It's like, dude, like maybe just don't break this stuff. Like, and you probably got well paid for that. So I mean, so SPARC, then 0 that, like, yeah, theoretically if there are more flags and whatnot, then yeah, but it is what it is. Like, the thing is, I could write it like this, but I don't want like invert that and mask that, right? With this, not this bit, but yeah. So yeah, this probably even slightly nicer. It applied. It probably should be fine, right? Like after a little bit hand editing that here. No, I don't want to encrypt this. So, excuse me, but I'm on the way of bettering. Let's just rerun it like this, because this regens the copyright patches here, the copyright headers, with the correct file names, as I've renamed this. So commit, so that is then mount and exec mem here for not hotfix, fix Linux kernel not to corrupt memory and page tables on mount and module load. It's like, I'm not making this shit up. I'm only the messenger and the underloved YouTube guy who fixes this stuff. It's, what should I say? It is what it is. Then we found some other fun stuff. While at it, also like this. Okay, this is by the way a fun thing, but this is a workaround. We, yeah, let me commit it, because like sometimes, like not that someone steals my precious build server or the NVMe drive corrupts and then I don't have this precious patch anymore. So 2 patches. You have seen me previously. Probably I made a video a while ago. Linus, the dictator Torvalds, changed the kprint stuff a while ago, some 4 years ago, and we are still like, this is previous YouTube video. Linus Torvalds doesn't care and break stuff, even printing, right? And 4 years later, let's see, does YouTube find my freaking video? Somewhere of all my fun videos. Like break things, move fast and break things. Yeah, here. Already 8 months ago for stuff done years ago, Linus Torvalds doesn't think twice breaking things. And yeah, and 8 freaking years later, we still fix logging bugs. I found one more, and that is the thing, right? That is a level of attention to detail like only Steve Jobs and I care about, and Linus Torvalds, his tiny little overfunded Linux Foundation, doesn't care. Like, we are still here. Yes, this is in SPARC, but we fixed this in. I sent it even upstream already. Like, we fixed it in SCSI controls. We fixed it in other things. Like 9 years later, stuff still prints diagnostics. You all so important. Print like hello world, hello Lord, instead of 9 years later, the Linux kernel still, instead of printing hello world, prints hello Lord. Comment below if you get this joke. Because what happens is, like, basically forever, printing messages were supposed, like, if they concatenated buffers of like print cases, like what happens here, like printing bits. Also, I probably wouldn't write it like this, but they wrote it like this, so nah. And like they concatenated a debug message, and this used to work for 20 years. It used to work, and then Linus Torvalds was like, no, we are enforcing print continuation. So basically, forever you should have used the kernel print continue that. And 9 years ago, Linus Torvalds said, no, it's enough now. We enforce a new line for each print K. Like, even if you're not doing it, like if you're doing it wrong, you get wrong debug messages. And people care so little that all the debug messages for years were wrong, right? What happens, like, all the stuff was hard cut and hard to read and looked like complete garbage, and I still keep finding it, right? Like just yesterday or the day before yesterday, on the 25th, like we found more of this. So like, yeah, here goes that. Like basically, yeah, it's like, nah, sensor, fix some more PCI logging, print K to current correctly. I mean, you would think after 9 years and 10,000 of developers, IBM, ARM, Linaro, and the Linux Foundation, if this would be my hobby kernel, I would also grab through the kernel sources for print K without \n. And yes, there are some false positives. I mean, maybe we should do that and see how many more we find. Surely more, because I only fix those that I find. But given that each year I still keep finding them, there are probably still some 1,000 more. So yeah, somehow I'm the only Linux distribution who likes my debug messages readable. So fix some more Linux kernel, Linux print K to current correctly. It's like what should I say? It's a running gag. I don't know. Like, maybe if the Linux Foundation would use their 270 million a year in funding to fix the Linux kernel, not like to do fun hobby projects of scalable vector graphics and environmental water distribution project with IBM in Africa, which is amazing, but maybe the Linux kernel foundation shouldn't do that. I'm only saying, like maybe that would fix some bugs. This is a super amazing thing. Another donation of mine, another 8 hours. Some days ago on the 23rd of September, when I was sitting in the office and enjoying my tiny little guru meditating life here, I knew that for years, like I've done what all the Red Hat kernel developers have not done before. I ported the unaccelerated open firmware frame buffer that only supports PowerPC to SPARC. I've tried that a year ago and I noticed it's not that easy. What this allows is because the problem is, so basically that is, this should have been done 30 years ago, so that if you boot a SPARC system, you have some basic frame buffer, but no, Red Hat somehow couldn't do that. I don't really like probably too hard. Yes, I know Sun, Leo and TG6 and stuff, and yes, there is some hardware isolated MMIO stuff, but this could have taken care of. But this is why to have boot graphics in the installer NT2 for SPARC, we need to link in some frame buffers like Mach64 and Sun TG6 or Sun Fast Frame Buffer Creator 3D and stuff. But the problem is the Sun Ultra SPARC I recently sourced for testing and development, the last and highest performance Ultra SPARC workstation Sun ever made, with Ultra SPARC 3i and up to 1.6 gigahertz dual SMP high-end machines for superior necessities for ultra scalable processor architecture risk living. It has a Radeon card, or it can have a number of cards, and one card you could have is a Radeon card. And the problem is, we even have, or the good thing is we have fully isolated 3D and video frame buffer, and it is amazing. The only problem is we don't ship it in the installer, because if we would ship any AMD GPU and NVIDIA or Novo and stuff, our installer would have 20, 30, 40 megabyte of GPU firmware and stuff. And we don't want this, we want our stuff minimally simple. And I thought, a year later, I took a second look of, can we make the PowerPC open firmware frame buffer work on SPARC? And of course I can. I don't know what the problem was. Yes, there were some problems, but we do engineering here. German engineering quality things. So another donation, somehow I think, like just with this video, I donated $10,000 worth of high quality Unix engineering to the open source community. You're welcome. So of course we need to enable this. So this was frame buffer here in video. Yes, frame buffer to be deleted, but hey, we want some boot graphic, right? Because without this patch and without AMD GPU on your installer, you don't have graphics on your precious Sun Ultra 25 or 45 with a Radeon XVR 300. By the way, I totally like this color theme. So that is a accidental color theme that depends on your card, because we don't have 8-bit color palette thing there. But I totally love this pale autumn theme here, by the way. And by the way, of course, the first try, but this is how it, so the color theme is amazing. Like maybe we should save this color theme for actually an actual use of a color theme. Totally love it. This is, by the way, this somehow looks so amazing in my opinion here. This booting T2 on this accidental 8-bit color palette, which we can't change unless we add additional support code. So that is, yes, this is false colors, but in my opinion, it looks amazing. Somehow, leave in the comments below, but in my opinion, it's a nice color theme. I'm only saying it's somehow accidentally nice looking, professional looking color theme. Of course, the first boot, like this was the first, like, it's a little bit offset and stuff, but hey, it works. This was basically the first try of this. And of course, like, yeah, some like only, so some IO port stuff does not work. Like this is all it's needed. Like this is, Linux could have basic fallbacks and for most cards, like maybe another, so currently I've only tested this on the Radeon ATI Radeon XVR 300 and QEMU. It's like, yeah, can't be done. It can't be done, except it can in 25 lines. So just like disable some stuff, add here. So this is QEMU, tested this in QEMU, that like that would work too. So all is amazing. So just like obviously, so even this took probably 4 hours, right? Like when people always think like, ah, there's just some changes. Like yeah, Red Hat never could do it. Like the SPARC developers said, like it's impossible. And here we do the impossible recurrently, thanks to your views and super things. And of course, it took in QEMU assisted debugging, and then real hardware and so on. The main problem here is getting the physical address for the video card, which I didn't find in the open firmware properties, which was the main reason why the Linux kernel developers said decades ago can't be done. It's like, yeah, for PCI card we can do it. So if not dev SPARC, some I/O ports for the color palette for all the PowerPC related Mach64 and PowerMac and stuff. So then we do here for the address. So we do here. So usually this is only if we found an address. So of course this involved quite some debugging, guru meditation, single stepping, kernel debugger, open firmware probing and stuff, right? So but like obviously during the development I had their prints, their breakpoint and so on and so forth, right? This is just a summary. But all it takes is we don't find a valid, I mean sometimes we find an address in QEMU, but that's not a physically mapped address. So this is in QEMU we find an address. In the XVR 300 not, so basically for SPARC always, like for PowerPC only if we found a proper address, for SPARC always, and then for SPARC we simply get the address from the PCI bar, the memory base address register. So like for SPARC it's like YOLO, we didn't have an address, so use that. And then if SPARC, if SPARC we need to check if that was an address. If we have one, like maybe it wasn't PCI and stuff, Sun S bus and whatnot. So if it's SPARC and we still don't have an address, then exit. And for this, the picture here is offset because at the beginning are 8,000 hex of 32K or so memory mapped I/O acceleration register things or something of that sort. So there was already for Apple, for Valkyrie, Apple frame buffer things was already like, yeah, the address in the beginning, there are some MMIO map things. So if they have SPARC and it's a Sun W XVR 300, then like, yeah, address plus that. And otherwise, the PowerPC case, we could add a couple of others. And voila. Yes, the palette, it needs palette setting. Shall I subscribe? It can be done. Like we could have the right colors, but you know what? I actually love these colors. So this is, I've already done that, donated that, tested that. The color palette is below my pay grade. So if you don't like the color palette and it triggers you, you're welcome. Patches welcome if you want to implement. So the code is there, right? Like for other PowerPC machines, there is like CMAP stuff. So all it takes is implementing some AMD card specific color map probing. That certainly is an easy peasy thing that I don't want to do and I don't need because these colors actually look amazing. They look so amazing that I'm probably, yeah, probably need to redefine this actually for real. Anyway, so like, yeah, another amazing, nice little thing that only lives in T2. Shall I subscribe, comment below if you want that I send this upstream for other people to enjoy. The page, table and memory corruption things I will send upstream after some more days of testing and the next ISO being built. Improve Linux kernel or port Linux kernel PowerPC OFFB to support SPARC PCI frame buffers 2. And just like this, PowerPC OFFB to support SPARC PCI frame buffers 2. Or yeah, QEMU is Cyrus whatnot PCI. Just like this, I flushed quite some patches. Oh, we have one more. I mean, plus Radeon. So the Radeon, we need to be careful. Tester said, I mean, this makes this patch that I had there a little bit better. Also there is extra new line. I had the patch there. This patch makes, I thought it, wait, did I, what have I done now? Modified, yeah. Why did this look differently? Or maybe I did revert that, as it is not, I think I reverted that for testing. So this needs more testing. Basically this is making Radeon work on SPARC, because there are more logic bugs, and this IGP BIOS ACPI stuff, null pointer dereferences on SPARC. I think this Linux kernel single address space monolithic Linux kernel development thing, apparently very fragile thing. Like maybe, just maybe, you shouldn't develop a complex kernel and drivers in one single address space monolithic thing where everything memory clobbers each other. I think that maybe this microkernel thing, yes, performance. Maybe stability also. Imagine it would be a microkernel that doesn't memory corrupt and crash. I would have literally saved dozens of hours in my life, like aka 40, 50, 60 hours, if not 70 or 80 this month. But yeah, that probably is for Andreas Tenbaum or other people to invent and make great again. But for, right, so I've committed this, but one more thing, ever since amazing viewers, and thank you again so much, donated me the Sunblade 1K with 8 gigs of memory, which is absolutely amazing, and for 4 years was the highest performance SPARC system I had until I sourced as a Sun T4. On this system, I think Linux never booted, and there's another bug that I need your help of donations. So no super thanks today for all this. I donate $10,000 worth of Linux kernel fixes to make SPARC greater than it ever freaking was, TM. Where's the super thanks and the patronage and the GitHub sponsorship? Because so Linux never, as far as I know, at least not for a decade, maybe never, booted on this 8 gig system. And here you find some GitHub sponsorship goodness if you don't like Patreon or super thanks. And so if you any Linux, and I tried Debian for, like, usually I don't try other Linux distributions, but somehow they usually have more bugs and suck more than T2 Linux. The last Linux distribution you probably should not delay trying, and the last you probably ever need. So yeah, T2 and Debian and all probably Linux ever, at least for decades, crash like this on the Sunblade 1K and similar systems with more than 4 gigs of memory. And initially I thought maybe it's a hardware issue and whatnot, and that took half, like basically during troubleshooting, eventually I took half the memory out and then it booted. And then I wasn't sure, is it a memory or not? And no, it isn't, because then I even tried OpenBSD and that booted with 8 gigs of memory, and plus memory test, post power on self-test memory test runs through. And so yeah, there is some corruption going on, that is super strange. Even in for this bug, I wasted already over 40 hours, like last year, didn't even make a proper video about this, because this is so, like basically I once wasted a whole weekend, like from like Saturday morning to Sunday night. And I'm not yet really sure what's going on. Like I only have a workaround like this, even this I spent already, and thanks for the verified, what? Welcome to verified, what does that mean? A new member, not really sure what verified means. Carol, I highly appreciate this. So there is some strange stuff going on. So either, I had previously another workaround, so this is extremely early, that is in the very early SPARC memory initialization, so the earliest things the Linux kernel does. And I'm not sure why this happens. So unable to handle kernel null pointer. And this is the things, I spent more than 40 hours, so, because like last year, a whole weekend, and my weekend is not 8 hours, like my weekend is like I go at 10 to the office and and do 16 hours or whatnot. So like 32 hours here. And like I also spent like some hours this week and so on, so off and on. So a lot of time was burned even finding this. And because I was debugging through the whole early memory initialization startup and like what even freaking is going on in TLB, because this is also in TLB here, kernel TLB assembler code. And only by pure luck and debugging and comparing, so I was how to find that. Go on to amazing stuff with their $6. Highly appreciate this, of course, we will. All the $6 add up, and at the end of the year, we might be a millionaire like Larry from Oracle. So, also this Musk guy. And so the way I narrowed this down is because like I don't see a bug there, right? The code looked like seeing a bug in memory management and translation lookup, TLB lookup and stuff, and page table traversal and so on. The code looks fine. I spent like some 16 hours, like 16 hours finding, like 16 hours debugging, like the usual, like one day here, one day there. Something really fishy is going on. Like maybe this is a real logic bug, and or it's a TLB lookup, invalidation lookup bug here of index through base size, linear mapping, location, debugging. So long story short, I don't fully understand why this happens. I only know that changing this a little bit makes it disappear. So either it's a real bug that is hidden. So what is this? This here, previously last year, I already found that enabling page table debugging, was it, where even is it? Yeah, config debug page, this year, config debug page alloc, among other things, that is not using huge tables and enables an additional 4 megabyte TLB lookup, whatnot stuff. Anyway, I didn't want to ship it into production like this. I used it with this debug page, like, and that's the thing, right? You enable config debug page alloc and the bug disappears. Like, thank you. But that's of course not the developer's fault. Like this is just a coincidence of you enable debugging and the bug disappears. Thank you very much. Super amazing to debug. It's like obviously you can also not kernel debug step through that if it's some TLB invalidation lookup whatnot bugs, and like single stepping it through debugger certainly hides it as well, right? So for now, I always use, because they have here two lookups. There is like index, so only when they config debug page alloc, they use this code block here for index through the base page size. Otherwise, they have some optimized of some TLB entry is already set up in some register, and so that is indexed through the page instead of some cached page. But this alone doesn't make the bug disappear. Also, we need to disable huge tables like 8, 256 and whatnot, 4 gigabyte or whatnot pages. We could check what the SPARC system supports. Also, support for page tables varies. I hope it's not a hardware bug. Because for the crazy thing is, this bug does not appear on Ultra SPARC Ultra 45 with 12 gigabytes, which I don't have, like a T2 user has that. And to my surprise, it boots for them on a similar, but not, I mean, obviously not, on a similar system that should have a similar MMU. And also it works on Sun for V virtualized, but that is a totally different MMU support for Sun for virtualized MMU, not bare metal MMU. So long story short, even that so much time spent, not an upstreamable patch. And this is supporting this kind of MMU page table sizes. I mean, I hope. I need to check basically hardware. I mean, maybe the bug is simply that the kernel is using the wrong huge page tables. I've not yet ruled this fully out. Maybe the kernel is simply accidentally using 4 gigabyte or whatnot. Let's see what does this support. Okay, but this is what the strange thing is. The Sun Ultra 45 has supposed, like, why does it work on this MMU, which is PMU Ultra 3i? I think this is, oh no, sorry, Cheetah Plus. So that is Cheetah Plus and that is Cheetah Plus. So unless it is some real logic bug and memory clobbering bug, and with my 8 gigabytes, it accidentally is off by 1 or whatnot, and with 12 gigabytes for the user on Ultra 45. Anyway, otherwise, the Sun server support even huge pages of 256 and 2 gigabyte. And that is, of course, a hypervisor Sun for the page table things. Anyway, long story short, for now, we always do we lose not even 1%. Like, this is a micro optimization, I believe. This should only degrade performance of like 0.5% or 0.1% or whatnot, at least for my use cases. Like, maybe if you have some cursed micro benchmarks, you could benchmark that more. Like, basically enable this, and additionally, we need to disable huge pages. So due to that combination, I believe that is maybe a real logic bug in the Linux kernel, potentially maybe, that just shows accidentally in that cursed combination. And what I additionally do, not to have this not using huge pages here, I further this week, because I didn't want to disable huge pages, mapping the kernel with huge pages on all hardware, I limit this now to Cheetah Plus, and I count the memory regions. And if the physical memory is more than 4 gigabyte, I disable huge pages, just to limit that to this type of machines with this MMU and that much memory, and hide this. So this is the most minimal, least cursed. So this is not upstreamable unless people desperately want it in production. But yeah, this needs, like, this could easily eat another 40, if not 80 hours to fully debug, guru meditate. This kind of stuff, like where Linus Torvalds historically said kernel debugger is the wrong thing. People should guru meditate and fully understand it and stuff. And in my opinion, you can't really much single step through that. I mean, this looks free area init. I mean, basically, maybe it is enough. Excuse me. Maybe it is enough to annotate the kernel to alloc and free, and see what pointers are passed in there. The thing is, I can't reproduce it in QEMU. QEMU for me doesn't even, the last time I tried, I couldn't run that with 8 gigs of memory. I think QEMU on x86 on AMD64 told me doesn't support more than 4 gigs of memory. So, like, yeah, if this is really shitty to debug, if it involves real hardware and only does neither, you can't run even virtualization like this. And even if you could, maybe the bug wouldn't show. And then it doesn't even occur in all hardware, but only the system for, yeah, who knows, whatever reasons. It needs just basically the 10-minute summary of, like, it's complicated. And even I, like, this kind of complexly cursed things, like, of course, I don't just see the bugs there, right? It was hard enough to distill it to the most minimal pre-production, like, yeah. Obviously, Microsoft, Apple, macOS, and Sun servers are full of this kind of, like, some cursed stuff, like the firmware and bugs and driver, and even the Linux kernel is full of, like, yeah, the hardware is doing strange thing and bang it with some pointer and reset and re-init. And have you seen my AMD GPU crash every other day? It's like, yeah, AMD GPU crashes, command processor not moving, needs slash hammer of resetting things of. Yeah, that's why we can't have nice things, stuff randomly crashing, not only SPARC but also AMD GPU. It is what it is. That is good enough for me. Like, given that SPARC support is a voluntary service until ESA also wants T2 Linux for their radiation-hardened SPARC hardware, satellite or whatnot stuff. It's basically a service to the community for the vintage and retro-loving people. Necessities for courageous risk living. Workaround Linux SPARC 64 support cannot crash on Sun Blade with more than 4 of RAM. So yeah, again, if you see the bug, patches welcome. That's it basically. Flushing $10,000s of the most hard open source problems apparently nobody else ever tackled. I hope you enjoyed this and learned something. That's basically operating system and Linux distribution engineering 101 here from the Exacode T2 studio headquarters. I hope you enjoyed this, learned something. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, maybe Patreon. Also can potentially buy me some coffee, right? Or just enjoy this, share, like, and subscribe, spread the word, some love, right? And yeah, maybe if you know some patches, issues like this, maybe fix some stuff, patches welcome, or just enjoy our new AI music that we could continue from the outro, and I linked down below where you can find these necessities for open source music living. Why does it not play? Hello? What have I done wrong now? Now internet broke. Why does my browser not play audio anymore? Oh, come on, it can't be you, can't be serious. Is this...
The future's here, fast it up, the future's here. Fast and smooth, there's nothing to fear. Vintage style with the power to burn. T2 Linux, I'm taking my turn. Old school charm with modern speed. No more chains, I've got what I need. No hidden walls, no locks to break. Just freedom's road, it's mine to take. Also love the latest vibe. High performance, I'm feeling alive. From CRT screens to RGB lights. T2 Linux, you're my ride tonight. We're free, we're secure, running fast, so sure. I've got the future now, I need nothing more. From retro cool to cutting edge, building dreams, no turning back. No lockdown rules, just open skies. T2's the system where freedom flies. T2 Linux, you know it's true. The future is open, and I'm running with you. Powering up, I've got control, no limits here. I'm on a roll from 3D6 to RISC-V's new wave. Every move is mine to pave. Running high with freedom in hand. T2's the key to a boundless land. RGB glow and liquid flow. In this world, I make it grow. Old school charm with a brand new twist. T2's the system I never could resist. From custom built through endless streams. Now I'm living in future dreams. We're free, we're secure, running fast, so sure. I've got the future now, I need nothing more. From retro cool to cutting edge, building dreams, no turning back. No lockdown rules, just open skies. T2's the system where freedom flies. T2 Linux, you know it's true. The future is open, and I'm running with you. Take me back to a classic style, but give me speed to go the mile. No gates, no limits, just open ground. With T2 Linux, I'm unbound. From vintage vibes to liquid flows, this is the way the future goes. No looking back, I'm moving ahead. Free and secure, it's all been said. We're free, we're secure, running fast, so sure. I've got the future now, I need nothing more. From retro cool to cutting edge, building dreams, no turning back. No lockdown rules, just open skies. T2's the system where freedom flies. T2 Linux, you know it. that's how I live. T2 Linux got more to give. Old and new, the perfect blend. In this world, there's no end.
Yeah, at least I get better at AI prompt engineering. We probably should have spent the extra time to go through some comments, as many as there were. So for everyone still here, all right, the initial comments actually read already. Oops, I also peek bug touched the tab wrong. So what? How's it going? Meditating. Decide what content. How do you decide what's free content? What do you mean? Everything is free content here. Not really sure what you mean with not free content. Spec of your build server, 7950X with water-cooled Debauer offset plates, 96 gigs of memory and stuff. RAID 0, NVMe, two NVMe's, undervolted, overclocked. Yeah, non-profit spell, set spell, probably in normal Vim. Okay, thanks, need to check. Get comment sign off. Ah, that's the thing. Okay, good to know. World is crazy, exactly. Dude, legend, thanks for that. What's wrong with Debian developers? Just calling me unsuccessful woman distribution and liar, but they literally called me liar on heise.de for telling SPARC has bugs 5 years ago. And it's like, you're a liar, SPARC is working amazing. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, yeah, as fixed and stuff. Like, what's like, some people are just unfriendly. And after listening to 25 years to that, maybe I became unfriendly too. Should Linux kernel free of, we should fork Linux kernel free of Rust, yeah, unfortunately. Not Twitch stream anymore, of course, usually daily, fun times. How should I, like, basically, best wishes and hi, appreciate this. What think of lib hybris? You people always have questions, like, this is not even... This was some graphic card stuff, right? This is stupid. What should I think about this? But nothing, that's a nothing burger. It's like, I couldn't care. Like, there should be open source, it should be open source stick. Don't you use cursor for some form of save time, improve efficiency? What? Don't you use cursor AI? Or some form of AI to save? I use AI to generate music. Greetings to Romania. Future. What did you think? I think I have some typos. I think you mean what do you think with K? IT main programmers. The short-term future is secure. The long-term future with AI, because like currently AI will not solve your general difficult computer problems. So in the near term, not only do we still need coders to code and fix AI bugs, in 10-20 years it will be difficult, so we better think of a true new world order to basic income. Like, if AI takes over all the creative stuff, then there is only farming and keeping, like, basically we need, like, what the Industrial Revolution should have done of a new, more fairly distributed world order, which didn't happen. We have the rich countries, the developing countries, and the super rich and the super poor, and AI will only make it worse until there is a revolution to fix some things which I don't quite see coming, but global climate crisis will do the fair share of disrupting things independently of AI. But the thing is, if the climate crisis continues and we have a totally, like in just 10 years or so time, a totally disturbed climate, then maybe there is not a reliable data center anymore with floods and whatnot, outages, that maybe climate crisis breaks AI and we have other more important things to care. If this triggers people, comment below, share, like, and subscribe, and let's discuss it. Chuck Norris of programming. Happy to hear that. So, guide to learn Linux development, bro. That's what I hear to do on YouTube and Twitch. If you're new to the stuff, we nearly daily, be daily stream on Twitch. So you can also come over to Twitch to share, like, subscribe, and daily develop and discuss and learn. Guess completing the work. Chat deadness. Restart Twitch stream. Go and do amazing stuff. We do. Thanks for the super membership. Indeed, appreciate this. What Linux version would you recommend that is most similar to Windows? The thing is, I don't want most similar to Windows. That is also why T2, I tried to make T2 boot silent. I totally hated it. This is, of course, like only one thing, but like actually taking all the diagnostics away is like, diagnostics are important, and you boot Mac on Windows and it doesn't boot. Like I literally added the diagnostics back that I was hiding more for some time, because I realized like then T2 sucks like Mac and Windows when you don't understand what's going on and what's broken. So don't try to, like, Windows in my opinion is the worst operating system. The only thing it has is commercial support and binary application things. So basically it's like, I'm not looking for a Windows compatible or most Windows cloned Linux that is, and I would not recommend looking for one. Like, I know, like, not even the UI is consistent. Like, literally, obviously the UI of macOS is better than Windows. So it's basically asking me, like, do you want pest or cholera? It's like, I want neither. So just give me my T2 Linux or whatever. Damn, if you look for SPARC on eBay, really expensive. Yeah, so I mean, I source my stuff cheap. And hey, I gave some SPARC things away some years ago, right? Always expensive machines, probably. And sometimes there are some local finds and hauls, and maybe you check your local recycling. Like, if you put some effort into it, you can get it way cheaper, or you just save some price searches, or maybe just visit your local electronic recycling center, or make some friends there who notify you when some exotic looking vintage, or like just visit garage sales and vintage and retro computer shows and make friends with people. Like, usually if you're nice with each other and have some nice networks, then you usually get some stuff cheaper. Like, I literally got, like, after spending my hard-earned money, I literally got some SGI things for free just because people wanted to get rid of it and they found nobody, and then they found me and stuff. Like, so I would recommend. And I hardware swapped some things. I gave some things, like I'm not even joking. Like, when I was YouTube, I even, like, basically share, like, subscribe if you sometimes want to get stuff for free, right? Like, it's. But currently I don't have something to give away, but if we, like, here, the Ultimate Unix Workstation giveaway, like, everything I had double and triple and got for free, I literally gave away. So best share, like, and subscribe not to miss the next giveaway, which probably will, now that we have more subscribers and more networks. What keyboard? I like Keychron stuff. MX, not the most, like, previous video, like, do I really need to? You could YouTube search just René Rebe keyboard and here of currently that, like, I built that but that's not what I'm using. That's amazing. Is this a director's cut? Red Soylens unbox. So this is what I'm using. Philco Mayes Touch 2, but otherwise Sun. And where's the director's cut? Here's the director's cut. That is otherwise amazing but expensive, and I can't recommend 60% keyboards. I basically need 66% keyboards or more. Is this all covered? Which song is linked? Hope you like the songs. Peep music, yes. AI generators taking our music jobs, no. Yeah, AI is taking the music jobs that didn't exist, but I said it before, the more you shall like subscribe, the more I will reproduce it with actual hardware. Similar to programming, I use it. The thing is, you can't, I mean, with AI music, it's just generating some random nonsense, and it's not tunable enough. Like, and if you want to change it a little bit, you can't just change it a little bit, it just regenerates a complete different song. So there are tooling issues, but that's what The funny thing is, music and other creative things are easier to take over than programming, because programming needs to solve precise logic issues, and if you don't solve your precise logic issue, it just doesn't work. And creating artwork is much easier because you can just generate some random nonsense, and if you don't like the nonsense, that's fine. You can just regenerate and different prompt, and you cannot fix logic bugs by prompting differently. Like, sure, maybe eventually it fixes something or stuff, but yeah, it's difficult. Fast fetch sucks, and neofetch for the win. I even patched neofetch today. Like, who freaking cares? Like, it's like, what is wrong with you all, guys? That's totally, like, don't focus on superfluous nothing burgers. I'm not running fast fetch C stuff. I don't care. We will just maintain fast fetch. Today I fixed it to count SPARC CPU cores correctly. And greetings to Chile and greetings to everyone out there. Hope you enjoyed to learn something. Some 5-minute after stream summary. Not sure if you're giving your valuable thoughts on AI. Should completed high school. Should to take computer science degree. Should I? Yes. Of course. AI needs to be programmed. AI needs to be understood. As I said some minutes ago, like, maybe rewind and rewatch it again. The future of AI is not that certain, and currently it can't even program much or solve general intelligent problems. Only number pad for Blender, but would get anything 100% keyboard. Wouldn't get. So I barely use a number pad. I only use a number pad ever for accounting and as I run a company. Spoiler alert, but don't spot us again. Then I might really move elsewhere. If this ever happens again, I tell you, then better don't spot your favorite open source programmer, otherwise I might just open a beach bar and move to my off-grid cabin. I only used the numpad ever, like maybe for AutoCAD 30 years ago, but 25 years ago. But otherwise only for accounting, bookkeeping, accounting and controlling. Like, basic for everything else, I don't like. For programming, I never need a numpad. So basically, for me, it would be 66-ish, 66-70% stuff. But basically a little bit larger than 60%, like arrow keys, page up, down, insert, delete, pos one stuff, and yeah, actually the function key is actually not too bad to have to like, yeah, like basically plus minus, give or take, right? 10 kilos, basically 10 kilos or just about plus minus. But everyone theirs, and this is also everything. Like, I can program with some garbage membrane, sun, foil, foam. It's like, learn programming, not like a freaking keyboard. Like, don't waste, like, don't procrastinate, don't DR and whatnot of, like, who cares about the keyboard? Like, and even I don't type even a % or two slower fast on other keyboard unless it's complete garbage. I mean, sure, there is like complete garbage, like $9 Hewlett-Packard garbage keyboards, but like everything is completely garbage or doesn't have otherwise cursed layouts and stuff. It's like, don't always focus on superficial things like keyboards, like syntax highlighting, like what's a bloody editor, like go and do stuff, like and do and not procrastinate. That's it. You have a mistake in the Excel code text. Send a patch or note. Thanks for that. Joseph, maybe first to find it. And that's it for today. I hope you just learned something. Go paperless. Where is the bug? Like, you guy, you have a mistake in Excel text. Like, where help exact scan file sort, archive, and find your documents in a snap. Save time and money. Transferring. It's not like we sit here and read our text order. Paper into the digital world. Exact scan supports. There is A. The A is. You mean the A? Time to go into stuff. Yeah. I mean, there's a superfluous A. Form plus professional scanners and image processing to touch up his guns. Whatever. Who cares as long as it sells and it's like. That's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed, learned something. I work as a Upwork freelancer, full stack developer, JavaScript Heavily used ChatGPT since they're able to handle tasking. I'm able to handle tasks of any tech stack, be it stuff used to have discussions with. Why use uppercase title in documentation? Don't think the customer will care. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I have an email or two about typos. I probably should process them. Like, I mean the A. Yeah, okay. I delete the A later. Thanks for that. In the future, include. I always in the Twitch, like always Twitch, like 1, 2, 3 words. Like, do like write whole sentences and include information. Like, don't press enter. Don't be so trigger happy on enter. Like, write whole sentences, not like with. Like, you could have included the missing A in the one sentence. All right, that's it. Have a good night or day. I hope you enjoy the AI music all the way, and hope to see you next time for all the similar good fun. Catch you next time.
Back to a classic style, but give me speed to go the mile. No gates, no limits, just open ground. With T2 Linux, I'm unbound. From vintage vibes to liquid flows, this is the way the future goes. No looking back, I'm moving ahead. Free and secure, it's all been said. We're free, we're secure, running fast, so sure. I've got the future now, I need nothing more. From retro cool to cutting edge, building dreams, no turning back. No lockdown rules, just open skies. T2's the system where freedom flies. T2 Linux, you know it's true. The future is open, and I'm running with you. Free and secure, that's how I live. T2 Linux got more to give. Old and new, the perfect blend. In this world, there's no end.